I need to clean these up. Number one, they look ugly. Number two, needs to pass inspection eventually if it keeps running. And three, it could be a safety hazard in the evenings. There are some micro cracks here and there, so I'm not sure exactly how well they will turn out, but I'm going to give it a go. We'll work on this side right here. We'll see if it makes a difference. If it does, we'll do both of them, clear things up, see better at nighttime. Let's get started. With the shop manager nearby, we can take a closer look at these headlights. Definitely yellowed, oxidized, got some micro cracking in here. That's all the way through the plastic. I still believe we can get some major improvement and see a lot better at nighttime with these. Start by popping the hood. Well, protect the plastic where we can. We'll start off with 600 grit. You can start off with something that's a bit more coarse if you want to. This is where I'm going to start. Depending on how bad the oxidation is, how deep it is. And I'm going to wet sand. You can dry sand if you want to. I want to keep the dust contained and right here in this area, maybe running down the panel, but you can see this brown, golden, yellowish residue running down the lens. Well, that's the oxidation there. Flush it away, clean off the sand disc regularly so it stays effective. Rinse this garbage off here. And what I'll do is I'll keep sanding until this residue goes from yellowish golden brown to a light white color. Then I know we're down to like clean, clear plastic. All right, that's pretty good. We went from yellowish goldish residue to a brighter color. Let's flush this off and step down to the next sand disc. And now we'll switch over to 1200. This is a Hercules hook and loop wet sand disc. This steps down, and we should see the lens becoming clearer and clearer with each pass. And again, that residue is nice and bright and white, so we're into cleaner plastic, if that makes sense. All right, that should do it. Flush the disc, because we're going to use that again. Nothing wrong with that disc. It still has plenty of cutting power, and with as expensive as they are, we want to get the most out of it. Now we can put down the sanders, break out the polishers, the compound, and your pads, and you can clear them up a little bit more before protection. I'm just going to use the 50-50 pad and a compound. Get the tape off of there. We have to get a panel prep. Clean off any residues. It's looking so much better already. You could see a lot of the plastic that we shaved off, and it's running down the front of the bumper and laying on the floor. That leaves behind a clear lens, plastic lens. I want to protect it, and I want to protect it long term, so I don't have to do this again. If it was something that I had planned on holding on to, never hold on to a Range Rover, guys. Just a quick tip. Okay. So we're using the soapy slip solution first to get it on there and adjust it to where we want it to go to get this thing started and tacked down. And then we switch over to regular water or a tack solution mix, which has a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. I don't use it very often. Water does a great job at flushing out the film on its own. Okay, that is a great way to start it right there. Now, pick it back up to where we tacked it. You can give it just a little bit of a stretch. You don't want to stretch it too crazy, or you will get work marks in the film that are visible. And we don't want that, even though these aren't going to be perfect because they are damaged, they are cracked. We still want it to look good. Okay, so now what we'll let it dry. Need to let it dry out a little bit before we can do our trimming, so that way the film doesn't shift. A little bit of a bubble. It's never too late to get those water and air bubbles out of there, gone. But yeah, we want to be able to trim this without the film shifting. So we're going to let it dry a little bit and then we'll come back. Now after a point that we've let it dry, we've let the film cure a little bit, we want to trim the excess. We've lined this up beautifully down here. We only have 3 sides to trim. So we could do that right now. And when you're trimming film, all we're doing is scoring the top of the film. We're not cutting down into the adhesive port. This takes a little bit of practice because at 8 mils thick, you're almost like a surgeon trying to cut this without going through and damaging the material underneath, whatever that may be. And you know you're doing it right and scoring it correctly when you hear a squeaking sound like a little mouse. Okay. When you score it, and you got to be careful pulling the film away, just in case you didn't go deep enough. It can actually tear the film. And just like that, the driver's side is done. Huge, huge difference. From here, it looks new. Again, there's still the micro cracking up in these areas here. Can't see that till you're about 6 inches away from the plastic, but a hell of a lot better than the way it was. And it's preserved for years to come with the film. All right, I went ahead and finished the passenger side, and then when the headlights were finished, then the grille stood out because that looked so terrible. So I went ahead and finished that as well. And with a little bit of effort, the front end looks so much more improved. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. All right, that is going to do it for this video. That's how I like to restore cloudy yellowed headlights and then protect them. Let me know down below how you like to do the same. I'll catch you in the next video.